During the summer of my college years, I worked at Bluebell Stables. This is just a view of the outside. My favorite part about this job was all the scenery that we got to see on a ride. Every day we got to enjoy this view. This is a crew that worked at Bluebell Stables. There's people there that ranged from Michigan to South Dakota. I met a lot of good friends that year. This is the inside of the stables. Every day we'd start our day saddling 60 head of horses that we'd have to take out on trail rides all day. We started our day at 6 a.m. and didn't usually end till 7. My story is going to be about a very vivid adventure that I remember while out on a 1-hour ride. Everybody that came on a ride wanted to see a buffalo so bad. Well, on this particular day, they definitely got to see a couple. And we're headed on our way. Every day we'd leave this gate on a ride, and it never failed that every horse had to take a bathroom break as we were walking out the gate. While on our ride, we also encountered another ride coming back to the stables while we were heading out. We were just minding our own business, walking down the trail, when all of a sudden we noticed the other ride was a little hung up, so to speak. Well, we contemplated, do we keep going, or should we take another way around? The girl that I was on a ride with decided, let's keep going. Well, we kept going. And there they were, 3 buffalo. I had never really encountered this close of an experience with them before on a ride, and neither had my horse. This was the first buffalo that he'd ever seen. So, in my opinion, I thought, let's stop. Let's take another way around. But the girl that I was on a ride with, well, she had another thing in mind. She decided that we could outrun them and we'd get around them, no problem. I decided, okay, let's keep going. So we kept going. Well, the one buffalo that was with them as we got closer, I noticed was a buffalo that we all called Widehorn. He had one horn wider than the other, hence his name. But he was not the nicest buffalo you've ever met in your life. He could get quite mean, so to speak. And along the trail we went, riding and talking, keeping an eye on the buffalo the whole time, which were sitting down in the ditch. Well, as we kept going, they decided that they needed to take our path as well. So, along the trail we went, soon to discover the buffalo coming up behind us. And, of course, what do horses do when they see a buffalo running up behind him? They take off on a run and they scatter. Well, if you've ever seen people that haven't ridden horses a whole lot before, you just really hope that they can stay on. All of a sudden I look back and the buffalo were just coming faster. First at a walk and then to a really fast trot. Well, of course the horses all were trying to run away. So they ran up through the trees, and all I could think about the whole time this was happening was, oh my gosh, I hope nobody falls off because this is going to be a mess. On each ride, we always have a lead guide and a side guide. Well, I happened to be side guiding that day because I was riding a new horse. As a side guide, your job is to stand between a buffalo and a customer, no matter how fast they're running at you. So therefore, me and a horse that had never seen a buffalo before were standing between our customers and the buffalo. I was just hoping that those horses ran up the hill fast enough so that buffalo was not going to get me, because that horse that I was riding was about 18 hands tall, and if you know anything about horses, that's a long ways to fall. Well, needless to say, we escaped the buffalo experience and decided to take a little detoured route. Hence, because the buffalo were following the trail that we were supposed to go, we didn't really want to play with them any longer that day. So our customers got a little detoured ride experience. A little more money for their buck, I guess you would say. All in all, I think that the riders still enjoyed their ride that day. They still got to enjoy the nice scenery of the Black Hills, and they even got to experience seeing a buffalo for the first time, many of them. Towards the end of the ride, everyone was happy to be home safe and still on their four-legged creature. As we ended the ride, everybody really shared how they really enjoyed their ride that day, and that they were glad that they got to see a buffalo, although they maybe didn't want to see it quite so close. And as the fun came to an end that day, we asked our riders if they enjoyed their ride, kiss your horse and tip your guide.